Yay. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming on tonight. We are so excited that you're here tonight, especially those guests that are on. We are here to serve you and bring you some amazing information that you have not heard before. I get to do this presentation tonight with Jillynn Fisher, and it's so fun when we get to team up and kind of go at it from different angles. I think you're just going to get the best of both worlds that way. I know I probably can speak for Jillynn too when I say that we would much rather be belly to belly with you sitting across the table so that we could hear your story and find out exactly why you're here tonight. But because we don't have that opportunity and you're watching us through technology on this Zoom, we are going to make sure that you get to hear everything that encompasses the LifeVantage opportunity. So you will get to hear about the products tonight, and you will also get to hear about the opportunity. But we are not going to keep you here for hours on end. We are going to try to make this very efficient. So I am first going to introduce Jillynn Fisher. She is an amazing person, and she is my friend because of this opportunity. She's someone I never knew before I said yes to LifeVantage. And she's a new friend, just someone I met in this last year. So she is a respiratory therapist for the last 13 years. She recently quit her job at a level 1 trauma center to stay home with her 4 kiddos. She lives on a farm, a beautiful, beautiful farm, so many picturesque landscapes. She homeschools her children and loves educating people on what these products can do for their health and for their lives. So what better way to hear about these products than from someone like Jillynn that is a respiratory therapist with a medical background. And we hit 2 pages. That's so exciting. So Jillynn, take it over, sweetie.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanya. And she's right. We have become friends. We text often now, and it's just been fun to be able to meet so many amazing people. But what we're going to kind of walk you through tonight is some products that have changed my life, and many other people's as well. And then Tanya is going to get back on and share with you the opportunity that we have here. But a little bit about me. I was a migraine sufferer for my whole life, as long as I can remember, but have been on prescription migraine medications for since junior high. And so I will come back and tell you a little bit about my story and how this kind of all unfolded for me. But really, this all started back in 2005 with an ABC investigative report that aired. And I'm going to share that with you now. But just imagine yourself sitting on the couch listening to this for the first time, because there were a lot of people that heard this that night. And that is what kind of transpired into what we have our hands on now. So I'm going to share that with you. And then I will come back on and let you know kind of what's happened since then, if that thing will disappear. Go away. Can you see my screen? We're good? Okay.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Yeah, there we go. It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to ill function, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic chemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
It's the little yellow pill that scientists say could eliminate chronic diseases and help you live well into your hundreds. Quinones has been taking Protandim for 2 weeks now and tells Extra,
I am sleeping better. I feel a lot better and also energized when I do wake up.
You know, as a patient advocate, I stumbled upon Protandim almost 3 years ago. Someone introduced me to Protandim. I just looked at the research and figured out, hey, wait a minute, I have to take 360 oranges in one day to get the same effect of one pill? Sold.
Antioxidants, okay? These are still good, right?
Oh, not only are they good, but we've breathed a whole new life into this topic. We now know that you can actually boost your own body's defenses without even just taking vitamin C by eating lots of colorful fruits and vegetables. But there's also a new supplement on the market called Protandem that is made from an extract of herbs that actually upregulates and boosts your natural manufacturing of antioxidant enzymes.
Wow.
So this is going to reduce those harmful free radicals, reduce some of that cell damage associated with disease, and this is a double thumbs up.
How do you find the energy to keep doing it night after night? We get a lot of comments. So people have been emailing me and saying they love how you look, like you're ageless. It's incredible. So
I have a secret.
What is your secret?
I have a secret formula, and it's a company called LifeVantage. They came up with a product called Protandem. Now, what causes the aging process is free radicals in our body, oxidative stress. This Protandem stuff, I've been taking it for 2 years.
We have it on the table right there.
Clinically proven to slow the aging process down. It reduces the oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. So I tested it, and it works. And the nice thing, it's not pharmaceutical. It's real food.
I'm going to have to give it a try.
Okay, so obviously what this product does in the body, it was exposed to the world with that ABC investigative report. And what I loved when I saw that was this was just a small biotech company. It was just a startup company that John Kionis went into, and in 2 weeks saw a reduction of oxidative stress by 45% in 2 weeks. Now, what happened after that is $5 million worth of sales came in over the next 2 weeks. Companies started investigating and asking for this product to do research. Drug companies asked for it, universities asked for it, and they started their own self-funded research that we had nothing to do with. And so the $5 million of sales went out, but guess what? He could not produce that much product. And so those orders went unfulfilled. This is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, and the stock went from $1 a share to $20 a share just on the speculation of what this product could do in people's bodies. Well, when the orders weren't being fulfilled about 8 months later, they did put this on the retail shelves of GNC and Rite Aid and those in Walgreens, selling for $49.99 a bottle, sitting next to a $7 bottle of vitamin C. And it wasn't selling. They were selling less than a bottle per store per month. And the stock dropped down to about 7 cents. They were about to be delisted, and they hired an external consulting company to come in and tell them how to get this amazing product into people's hands. They knew that this product could do amazing things in people's bodies, but if it shuts down, that's a problem. And so they say, you need to put this in person-to-person distribution. You have a story to tell. You have education to give. This is not an antioxidant. It turns on your body's ability to produce antioxidants, which is a completely different thing. So there are things that are happening in our cells every second of every single day of our entire lives. We are bombarded by free radicals. You've probably heard of those. They're in pesticides, herbicides, talking on your cell phone, pumping your gas, emotional stresses, all of these things. They are hijacking our cells. They are taking over our body. And that is what oxidative stress is. As we age, oxidative stress goes up in our bodies. It's the root cause of over 200 disease processes. So this is not a miracle pill, but our bodies are miracle bodies. And when they are turned on and given what they need to turn on this pathway called NRF2 in the body, it produces antioxidant enzymes. So there's a difference between being hijacked and being biohacked. Reality is you can pay to be healthy or you can pay to be sick, but you will pay for one or the other. And I don't want to live to the age of 80 in poor health. And so it's always interesting at the hospital, if a patient would come in over the age of 70 and not have a massive med list, everybody knew about it. It was like unheard of. And so those things have side effects. And the reality is we are aging, and you may be 20 years old or you may be 80 years old, but you will reduce the level of oxidative stress in your body, an average of 40% in the first 30 days and up to 70% with continued use. So I'm going to kind of play, it's just a quick 2-minute video about what oxidative stress is. I think it really helps explain what's going on.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a 1-2 punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
Okay, so I love the description of that video because I'm a respiratory therapist. I love oxygen. We don't like people coming into the hospital blue, and we administer oxygen, and it is life-saving, but it causes damage to our cells. And what Protandim NRF2 is it activates a pathway in our body that goes to the nucleus and says, hey, produce antioxidants. And the way it does that is with a synergistic blend of 5 herbal ingredients. It's got turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha. And it's the synergy of that. Because when I looked at this, I was like, oh, awesome, I'm good. I'm activating this NRF2 thingy. I take turmeric and I drink green tea, so I'm good. I'm great. But really, it's the synergistic blend of this that is 18 times more potent than the parts. So this helps with cellular repair. This it is NSF certified, which is huge. If you're taking any supplements that aren't, you cannot guarantee what is in that product is actually in there. But it also, they go above and beyond, and they're also BSCG certified, which is Olympic athletes can take this product. It's only one of about 40 products that an Olympic athlete can take, which is amazing. So we know that this is clean. So being in the medical field, I work with a lot of cardiologists, pulmonologists, and PubMed.gov, publicmedicine.gov, is the National Institute on Health and Aging. Like, it's the Bible of medical research. If someone brings something to us, this is where you go for true, valid scientific research. Only about 5% of all scientific research studies are actually published on here. But if you type in oxidative stress, you are going to come up with 180,000 studies. If you type in NRF2, you're going to come up with 80,000 studies. This is a big deal, okay? And so when I was researching this, because that's what I'm passionate about, that's what I love, and I really was researching this to disprove it. I took this to my midwife. I took this to cardiologists and pulmonologists, to my osteopathic doctor at Des Moines University. And I was like, okay, I'm not a doctor, but I can't find anything wrong with this. Can you take a look? And they were blown away by, we now have 27 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed. There is no supplement in the world that has that kind of backing, not done by themselves. And so Harvard, Washington State University, Louisiana State University, the American Heart Association, they had never ever done a study on a branded supplement before. And this is published in their circulation journal. That's unheard of. Now you can say, I'm going to go do my research. You can be, I don't even know a nice word for it, but you can be like me and difficult, but are you really going to disprove Harvard and the American Heart Association? Probably not. This is not coming from one source. This is from multiple sources, that what NRF2 Protandim claims to do, it does. In 100% of people, 100% of the time. And so they took that same technology, and they know that there's another pathway in our body called NRF1 that goes to the mitochondria. If you remember from biology class, it's the powerhouse of your cells. But with increased energy, with increased ATP, you also have that waste product of increased free radicals. So you need NRF1 to clean up that debris. But this improves energy. This helps you sleep better. It is great for cellular function. It's so important for any form of an autoimmune disease. They all have a mitochondria dysfunction associated with them. And so it's very important that as we age, we keep our mitochondria healthy. If you've been through chemo, major life stresses, things like that, that kills and hinders and hurts the mitochondria of your cells. So it's really important that we keep those healthy. Now, my daughter, when she was 6 weeks old, we rushed her to the emergency room in the middle of the night. And I love medicine. And I love the fact that those antibiotics we gave her saved her life. And we were in the hospital for about 2.5 weeks. But that sent me on a rampage of research, because I knew we had just doused her in antibiotics, and she has no good and bad bacteria left in her body. And so in researching that, this probiotic stands out above all the rest. I did find another probiotic, but I'm not spending $120 a month on a probiotic for one person. We have 6 people in our family. I have 4 kids, and that's expensive. So the key difference is this BioTrack technology that allows the bacteria in this probiotic to survive the stomach. Our stomachs are super acidic. This has a 60% culture survival rate as compared to most probiotics on the market, have about a 4 to 12% max. And that's huge. That's why, we don't need 200 billion CFUs in our probiotic, because that's just throwing the kitchen sink at your body, hoping that some of them survive past that low pH that our body has that, is really good to protect us against bad bacteria. But when we're trying to repopulate our gut with that good bacteria, we need to get it into the gut. We need to get it into the colon. We need to get it into the part of our body where they need to be alive and populated. And so this probiotic is amazing. It has Wellmune in it. Like I said, I have a 9-year-old, 6-year-old, 3-year-old, and 1-year-old, and we are not sick anymore. It's glorious because, everybody passes everything around usually, and we haven't been living that life anymore, which is phenomenal. Now, again, we can't claim that these products cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate any disease. But when our bodies are given what they need, when we're reducing oxidative stress, like with my migraines, I was about 22 weeks pregnant, having 5 migraines a week, laying on the couch, puking off the side because I was in so much pain. And my husband was in school full time. He was taking about 22 credits. He was working full-time retail hours. I had 3 other little kids. I was homeschooling. We have a farm. I don't have time for that, right? But my friend had brought this to me a 1.5 years before I ever took a look, and I was desperate. So I took those ingredients, I researched it, I took this, and I have not had a migraine in 1 year and 8 months. And that's life-changing. I didn't know that migraines controlled my life until I didn't have them anymore. And so those were the 3 products that I fell in love with. But I also knew I still need omega. I know in the American diet, we get so many filler omega-6s that we get so many of those in the American diet, but we need omega-3s, and not all omegas are created equal. So if you bite into your omega and it tastes nasty, throw it away. It's rancid and it's not good for you, so don't put it into your body. My kids eat this like candy. You can go to my Facebook page, and actually the first time I handed it to them, it was a gutsy, probably ridiculously stupid move, but I gave it to them for the first time, and I was like, okay, this is on Facebook Live. I hope they like it. And they bit into their omega, and they're like, it tastes like candy. I was like, okay, now it sounds like I told them to say that or something, but that was 100% on their own. It is good for you. It is sourced very, very effectively. You can trace the bottle from the boat to the bottle, which is amazing. It also has omega-7s and vitamin D3 that we need. So with those 4 products, I have replaced everything I was taking previous to finding these amazing health products. And so with this Vitality Stack, it's $149 a month. That's equivalent to a Starbucks a day, right? And Starbucks isn't great for you. This is hitting all the key components of your health. It's $5 a day to maintain a healthy body in all areas. So to me, that seems like a no-brainer, right? But we also have some awesome products that my kids love, I've fallen in love with. This is our Axio quote-unquote energy drink, but it's smart energy. It's food for your brain. I have been giving this to my baby since she was 8 weeks old. This is how I got her probiotic into her, and it was amazing. They love it. I homeschool. I need my kids focused. I'm not a very patient person, so we are really big on Axio. But it reduces mental fatigue and brain fog. This is what I drink in the afternoon at 2 o'clock now. I don't go for my coffee. This is also BSCG certified, so Olympic athletes can take this. And it is amazing. We fly through this stuff. I have to limit my children on this one. So we also have Physique system, which is our weight management system. What I love about that is that this isn't a one and done fix. This is a lifestyle. You are not going to just fly through the weight loss and never gain a pound back going back to your old lifestyle. You need to be healthy. But what I love about this lifestyle is that protein is amazing. It tastes good. Most people don't stick with a diet plan or a health plan because it doesn't satisfy. It doesn't taste good. So that protein shake is phenomenal. It is not a meal replacement shake, which is good for you. It's not full of sugars, even good sugars. Too much of them is bad. With the fat burn, that hits the visceral fat, the fat you don't want surrounding your organs. That's the heart attack fat, right? This hits the visceral fat and not your muscle loss. So this also contains a probio and cleanse. Phenomenal products that I love that this company understands the importance of gut health when it comes to weight loss. If your gut's not healthy, if there's inflammation lining your gut lining and absorption of those really, really expensive, healthy organic foods can't happen across that gut lining, your body will not release fat. It will hold on to it if it's not given the nutrients and what it needs. So this is our Physique system, which is amazing. But I mentioned Louisiana State University back in that PubMed slide. And what Louisiana State University did was they did a study on melanoma skin cancer and Protandim. And they came back to the company and said, you need to produce a skincare line with NRF2 activation in it. Your skin is your biggest organ. This needs to go deep down through the dermis, 7 layers deep, which is so important. But this is the only NRF2 activating skincare line in the world. It's amazing. I am not a skincare person. It's not my thing. But my daughter, my 6-year-old daughter, uses that anti-aging cream twice a day. And it's the first time in our family's life that we have not had a 6-year-old for 6 years falling asleep, crying, itching, gouging out her skin because of her eczema. So we were in love. I was mixing herbs into pads. I was doing everything I could to try and find any product. I think I put everything you could possibly imagine on her skin to try and help with this eczema. And this stuff is phenomenal. It gets to the root cause of problems, which is that oxidative stress in the body. So the last product that we have is for our furry animals. And I know so many people that love their pets. I love my dog. He's a 12-year-old chocolate lab. And I'm a visual learner. And so when I saw this product in my dog, he's 12 years old. He couldn't get up the 3 steps on our front porch. And within 2 weeks of taking one of these a day, he is running around like a puppy again. Well, a couple months later, I realized, oh yeah, everything with animals is based off of weight. He's 100 pounds. He should be taking 3 of these a day. I don't give him 3 a day because he is not in pain, and I'm good with that. And I don't need any more of a puppy. I'm plenty busy without a puppy. So he gets this pet tandem and he loves it. So this is what, dogs reduce oxidative stress 7 times faster than humans. They age 7 times faster, they reduce it. So you see it very quickly. There was a double-blind placebo-controlled study that they did that get back with the person that invited you. It was phenomenal. They couldn't even hide the fact that these dogs which ones were on pet tandem and which ones were on the placebo. So I am going to stop sharing my screen now. I have Tanya Sheldon. She is from Idaho, I think. Now that I say that, I don't know. But she is a Pro 7 in our company, and she is going to share with us about this business opportunity, which isn't for everybody. About 80% of my business is customer-based, and I love my customers because I think it's kind of that no-brainer that this should be added to our health strategy, right? But about 15% of people see where this company is. I'm so thankful that my friend did not prejudge my life that was crazy and busy and insane. She did not prejudge me and say, oh, she would never do this, because that would have been a major miss out on a blessing for our family that's just changed our life. So Tanya, she is a mom to 3. She was a stay-at-home mom when LifeVantage was brought to her. Oh, she's flying through those slides. And so she is a Pro 7 in our company. That will make a little bit more sense here in a second. But Tanya, thank you so much for sharing this information with us, and take it away.
Hi, everybody. Trying to get myself organized here. Thank you, Jillynn. That was amazing information. I just love listening to you talk. I would love to hear you do the whole thing. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here tonight to share the business side of this with all of you. I know for a lot of people that ABC report is one of the first things that you see when someone shares this with you. And it is no secret that our products are changing lives on such a big scale. When this was introduced to my life in 2011, I had already done 7 other network marketing home-based opportunities. 7. I was very open because at a very young age, when I was exposed to this industry, I remember walking into a room of very successful people, and I wanted to have the posture and confidence that they exuded. So for that reason, I've always been open to opportunity. And when I saw this ABC report, the first people that came to my mind were people in my life, not myself. And I just want to say to you tonight, the information Jillynn just shared with you, I want you to think of yourself first. And of course, you're going to think of the people in your life as well. This is real. And I know the top 2 questions people ask themselves when they see this opportunity are, is this real? And can I do it? And I hope that we can prove to you that this is real, and that also that you can do this. You were invited to this Zoom tonight, and probably the person that invited you is not doing the presentation. That's how real this is. You get to plug into others that know more than you do until you know what you need to know to do the business on your own. So when this came into my life, I was looking for more money. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to know my role outside of a wife and a mother, but I realized everything I tried before, I really just always felt like such a salesperson because I didn't really hold the key to anything really special. I felt bad trying to push something on my friends that I knew they could go get at Target if it was convenient for them. And I really didn't know what to look for if I was going to look for the right opportunity for me. So tonight, I just want to end this by sharing with you the things that you really want to key into and look for if you are open to an opportunity and bringing in some extra income into your family or really changing your family's life, wherever your desire is at. I hope to educate you a little bit more on that. And this is just a little preview of all of our products that Jillynn just went through. We have them in packs. We have them in stacks that people can get. We've got the free shipping that goes with it as well. So we encompass categories that make up a $500 billion market. And that is one of the things that you really want to look for. Does the company represent products that are trending? Not that are a fad, not that will be here today and gone tomorrow, but are they trending and are they consumable? Are they something that people will need month to month? And that's what we have here. If you look at these markets, you guys, anti-aging, 300 billion, skincare, pet care, energy, weight loss, those will never, ever go away. And I would venture to guess that everyone on this Zoom knows someone that is looking for something better in their life in any of those categories. We know people that consume products in those categories. Now, we are a very customer-driven opportunity, which I think is amazing. I know that a lot of you have probably heard of network marketing before, and you've had people that have approached you about network marketing, and you see the circles on a whiteboard, right? And you do want to build a network of people. But it is very important that you find a company that is customer driven. And that's not easy to do. A lot of them are distributor driven. But our products, that we can show you that they're real because 95% of our company is customers. People come back for the products because of how it makes them feel. And as you can see too, one of the other trends that we want to stay in line with is that free shipping. I love free shipping, and I'm sure you guys love free shipping. So the fact that we can offer that through some of our stacks and when you buy things in a bundle is an amazing convenience for people as well. The other thing is, how new is the company? Are they growing? Are they available in other countries? We are available in 14 other countries right now. People can have a business, a LifeVantage distributorship in 14 other countries. And then you can also have a customer program in 7 countries. There are 195 countries in the world. I know that because I looked it up. I Googled it, 195. So we are just getting started. And I want you to know too, the man that is steering the ship with our company, LifeVantage, he came from a company that was doing $250 million a month. And I'll show you where we are at right now, but he was in charge of their global expansion. And he has come into LifeVantage. He is a man of his word, and he is growing us at a very rapid rate. So it is a really amazing time for you just to be presented with this opportunity, for you to be presented with this seed that could be planted in your life, that when timing is right, you know exactly where you can find a home. Now, the gig economy. I wanted to read to you the definition of a gig economy. A gig economy is a labor market characterized by the prevalence of short-term contracts or freelance work as opposed to permanent jobs. 36% of the world is in a gig economy right now. People are looking for a side hustle. They're looking for a way to make extra income, and they want to have freedom while they do it. They don't want to have to answer to anyone else. They also want to be able to do it wherever they live and wherever they are in the world. If you're in an Uber or you're in a Lyft, for you to ask them if they do that full time, probably 99.9% of them will say no. This is something they do on the side. They have other things that they're doing as well. For people to stay in a job, I think it's around 4 to 6 years right now that people are actually sticking to a job before they go and look for something else. It just doesn't exist anymore because pension doesn't exist. People want to know that they can create their own income source. And this is what network marketing provides for you. Network marketing has been around for years and years and years, you guys, but we just allow you to have something that's already created, a system that's already there for you, and people talking to people, doing the advertising and the marketing instead of a company paying people tens of thousands of dollars to go out and find big companies and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the marketing. The gig economy is just, it's a trend that's never going to go away. People are going to be looking for that. Now, the beautiful thing with LifeVantage as well is we have that answer for you to be able to do this anywhere that you go in the world. This is a laptop lifestyle. And what's even more fantastic is you can do this business from your phone. LifeVantage has equipped us with an app. And on that app, it tracks your monthly growth. It tracks your month over last month. You can show the video. You can do a presentation like you're seeing tonight, all from your phone. It basically tells you what steps to take next for the people that you are trying to expose our products and our opportunity to. That is a system that's very duplicatable. That is a system that's very simple for anybody. You also, when you become a distributor with LifeVantage, with this opportunity, you get a free replicated website. You only have to pay for that one time. And with that website, I talked about the free shipping before. Amazon's taken over everything, right? People they want to go online, they want to find their product, and they want it to go from distribution to their doorstep. That's what we provide here. And we can, with your website, you can actually fill a shopping cart for your customer, for your friend, for your family member with exactly what they want, and then text them the link. Their cart is already filled out, and all they have to do is put in their information and then where they want it sent. It's that simple. Okay, network marketing. It doesn't have the best stigma, does it? I think I'm one of those very few people in the world that I was looking for network marketing. I really was, because being a stay-at-home mom and then wanting to bring in extra income, I tried to find that perfect job that would still allow me to stay at home, have freedom of my time, and bring in extra income. And it doesn't exist in a job. It just doesn't exist. But with network marketing, look at the growth that is happening with this industry, you guys. People see that it's an answer to what they're looking for. It's one of the highest paying career options in the world. And it pays out the most, I think the second most than, the entertainment industry. That's huge. 51% of what comes into LifeVantage goes back to the distributors. Now, the other thing, I talked about the components to look for. One of them is also timing. And I know that any company out there right now, they could find a way to talk about why their timing in their company is so great. I get it. I want to talk to you about the timing of the trends. Those trends that we've shared with you, that NRF2 activation, the NRF1 with your mitochondria, biohacking, nutrigenomics, people wanting to take control of their health so that they don't have to go see the doctor. That is a trend that is just on the cusp of changing the world, changing how we see our health, changing how we see the medical industry, changing how doctors and people in the medical profession have to think. So when you look at this bell curve here, you guys, kind of shows you where a lot of people decide to get in. Now, we are down here where this little purple star is. That means that the trends that we are a part of, we have not hit momentum phase yet. And unfortunately, a lot of people, I think due to fear or some just timing in their own life, they want to wait and see. They want to wait and see what it does for other people. They want to wait and see how other people are feeling. And then they become the late majority and the laggards right over here. And you can still come in and have an opportunity at that time in your life, but you're not going to have the same opportunity that you would have if you were to get in with the early majority before people really start to pay attention to what this is doing. You guys, that NRF2 activation that Jillynn talked about, we have a customer page that will show you stories upon stories of how activating that NRF2 pathway in your body is changing people's lives. When this was introduced to me, I went to PubMed like Jillynn did, and I typed in oxidative stress, and then every disease I could possibly think of that was in my family history. And when that happened, I would see that oxidative stress had a link to every disease in my family history. Now, for me, I was taking multivitamins just because, no, I didn't look at the science. I didn't look it up to see if they worked. I just was told that I should take a vitamin, so I did, not expecting to feel anything. But when I saw that this little yellow pill was linked to most of the diseases in my family history, it just became common sense to me that I would change my channel of how I spent my money. I want to live a quality of life, like Jillynn said, till I'm 80. I want to live past 80. I want to be around kicking and cheering and I don't want to run. I don't like running, but like active. I want to be active with my kids and my grandkids. I want to have quality of life. I don't want to be those people that your kids now have to, the circle takes full effect and now your kids are taking care of you because you're so sick and you're walking in the hospital with a list of medications like Jillynn has always seen. This is real. This is so, so real. And we're just on the cusp of it. The timing is so, so amazing and so powerful to be a part of it. Now, becoming a part of the company, there are different packs that they offer to you. We have 3 packs. When I got in, I know same for Jillynn, we went all in. Because to know that you're on the cusp of something that is going to change the way people look at medicine, that $1,200 investment to me was like, I'm going to do that. Of course I'm going to do that. You get 90% back in product. You get a system. You get your website. You get corporate staff. You get support. You get so many things that people will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for to start another business or start a corporation or a company. And there's no overhead. The overhead is you being a product of the product, you consuming the product so that you can share with people how it's affecting your life. Now, here's how do you make money, right? You can make money 7 different ways in this company, 7 different ways. There's ways to make weekly income, and that's by sharing it and bringing in customers or new team members. And then there's ways to also, on a big scale, be a part of the global sales that take place in this company. That's pretty cray-cray when you really wrap your head around it. This means when you reach a certain level in the company, they are going to pay you a percentage of every bottle sold in the world. That's amazing. I don't know anybody in those other, I know some people in some other countries, but I don't know everybody in all those countries that LifeVantage is a part of. And to know that I could be a part of this global sharing pool and get a percentage of all the new sales that come in every month around the world, that's phenomenal. And it creates this really beautiful community that I think people really are yearning for today, to be a part of something that's special, where they're accepted and loved, and people will motivate them and inspire them and tell them they believe in them until they believe in themselves. You can make really amazing income, life-changing income in this business. And the thing about money too, you guys, this is our income earning statement. When it comes to money, when my husband goes to his work, it's linear income. When he is not there, he does not get paid. With network marketing, you earn residual income. So people that I shared this with back in October of 2011 when I got in, those people are still customers today. I still get paid on their consumption today. Every single month, I'm paid a percentage on their consumption. That is not an opportunity you find anywhere else unless you get into insurance or you write a hit song and maybe you make residuals off of that. So, you know, I don't know who's a song artist on here. I am not. I need network marketing for residual income. But the monthly average that you can earn in this business is phenomenal. And I was telling my husband the other day, I really wanted to continue to have time freedom as a stay-at-home mom. I also wanted to bring in extra income. And when you look at the income, like the distributors through the Pro 3, that Pro 3 mark, like $260 a month to $580 a month. Right now, with beginning of school, my kids go back to school tomorrow, there are fees upon fees upon fees upon fees. And if they're an athlete, then there are more fees compounded. And your kids need to be everywhere all at once. Their schedules are crazy. And I don't know how the parents, God bless them, that are working those 2 corporate jobs are able to really make all of this work. Your time management has to be really intact, I bet. It has to be. And then the fees that come with it. It's got to be impossible for some of these families to really be able to pay all of these fees that are required for our kids just to pay a sport or just to go to school and get a yearbook. It's a lot of that. And just $200 to $500 a month, that will keep people out of bankruptcy, foreclosure. I remember when I got in, I lived in Colorado, and 6 months later, we had to move to Idaho because my husband had lost his job. And I was making about a $400 check when we moved. And my husband even then was like shaking his head like, this is incredible. That extra money meant so much to our family. It changed everything for us. It really allowed us to breathe. And then to look that you can make an extra $1,100 to $5,000 a month, that's when you really get to think about bringing people home. And the really beautiful thing, again, going back to the timing, you guys, Jillynn and I have on our phones access to these elite distributors, these elite 8s, 9s, 10s, and these executive 10s that are making life-changing, legacy-building money. And they are here to help us build our businesses, just like they would be here for you to help you build your business as well. So here's the plan that most people, here's the paradigm that most people grow up with, right? You go to school, your first 20 years, you're going through school, getting your education, and then you're hoping once you get out of school that you can find a good job. And then you'll probably, in the next 40 to 50 years, you'll work. And then you're hoping that after that 40 to 50 years, then hopefully you can retire. The retirement age used to be 65 years old. I believe today it's around 72, 73 years old. And then we know, you and I both know, we walk into many stores today, and those 72, 73-year-olds, they're still working. And it's not fair. It's heartbreaking. When network marketing can give you a different paradigm, it can give you something different to believe in, to really change your life and live your life the way that God intended. And you go to school for those 20 years, you're exposed to an amazing opportunity, looking for the right tools, looking for the right components. And if you work that really hard for 5 to 10 years and stay plugged in and consistent with your activity, some people less, some it's a 2 to 5 year plan, then you are allowing yourself that residual income that continues to come in even when you're not working it while you go and live your life. For Jillynn and I, our upline right now, they are in Brazil, and they are rappelling rocks. They are seeing jewels being made, and they just went because they wanted to go. It was a dream vacation for them and their 2 girls, because they have built a business that is working for them right now. While we are working, they are able to go enjoy the fruits of their labor and giving to other people. That is the full circle of this. Never depend on a single income. Is that what it says? I got the pictures over here. Never depend on a single income. That's for sure. It's tough for people today to make a single income. I was just at the orthodontist with my daughter today, talking about how are these families making this work with their kids and all the fees and everything. And he said, probably more than half of the patients that I see, it's both parents working 2 corporate jobs. And he's like, and I know it's a struggle for them to really be able to do everything that their family needs and to get their kids where they need to go. Now, one of the last components too that we'll share with you with LifeVantage is LifeVantage has a legacy program. And with network marketing companies, especially with LifeVantage, they offer incentive trips. So every year there is a new trip that you can build for. You get to serve people, help people, and through that they gift you at the end an incentive trip that you get to go on if you've earned that. And on those incentive trips, they always find a way to give back to the community in which they are in. And then every December they also go to Mexico and they're building homes for other people. I'll stop sharing my program or my screen here. And I just think that's such a beautiful thing that we get to be a part of a company that really gives back in such a big way. And what I'll say to you guys lastly is it's really, really important today, especially with this gig economy we talked about, to have a plan B. And LifeVantage, what you've heard tonight, it might not be the opportunity for you. The products, they have to be for you. You guys, you need these products in your body. You want these in your body because there will come a day where you're going to hear about it probably from someone else again and wish you would have started now. The products are phenomenal. And you have to find that other source of income that will provide you residual income. I'm going to be able to leave this to my daughters when I'm no longer here. That gives me peace of mind. That's what drives me to continue to share with people like you and just keep sharing this as much as we possibly can. So think about that plan B, because most of us don't think about it until life happens. And then we don't know what else to do. My husband has been through 3 job layoffs, and every time it had happened, you guys, we didn't have a plan B. And it was so, so stressful. And because of this opportunity, for the first time in our life, we've got that plan B. And it really just brings you some peace of mind. So I thank everybody so much for coming on tonight. I wish I could see all your faces, but it's just been a privilege to share this opportunity with you. Just know that you can come back here every Tuesday night at the same time and hear this opportunity from some other presenters. And I know they'll just be very gracious with their time as well. Jillynn, do you want to say anything else?
No, thank you so much, everybody, for hopping on. Get back with the person that invited you, and let them know where you're at. This, like Tanya said, the products are kind of that no-brainer. The business is for some people and is not for others, and that's okay. We are here to share information, and whatever you choose to do with that information is entirely up to you. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here tonight. We appreciate it. Get back with the person that invited you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, everybody.